5 container herbs plant for small space. They say your garden is a mirror of your life. But what if your garden is no bigger than a balcony? A tiny porch? Or just a window ledge? Does that mean you're cut off from nature's healing touch? No. Because today, you'll discover that even the smallest spaces can hold the most powerful green miracles. Welcome, dearest subscribers, on Touch of Sexagenarian Herbs Garden. Today I'll show you 5 incredible herbs you can grow in simple containers, 5 quiet healers, waiting to breathe life, strength, and beauty into your home. And listen closely, because the last herb I'll reveal is one most people overlook, yet it carries a secret that could transform your daily life. Stay with me till the end, cause the last herb might just be the one you need. Herb 1, Basil, the king of the windowsill. Basil isn't just a plant. It's a legend. In India, it's called holy basil. In Italy, it's the heartbeat of every pasta sauce. But in your home, it can be the green jewel of your container garden. How to plant. Choose a medium-sized pot with good drainage. Fill it with light, well-draining soil. Basil loves sunlight, so place it where it will catch at least 6 hours of direct light. Water gently, never drowning it, but never letting it dry out completely. How to use. Fresh basil leaves transform meals. Tear them gently into salads, soups, or teas. The oils inside release best when touched by hand, not cut with steel. How to preserve. If your basil grows wild, don't waste it. Dry the leaves in a shaded place, crush them gently, and store in airtight jars. Or freeze them in olive oil cubes, perfect to drop into stews. What it heals. Basil is a warrior for the immune system. It fights infections, reduces stress, and calms the stomach. 1 cup of basil tea after a heavy meal feels like nature pressing a cool hand against your chest. Herb 2, Rosemary, the memory keeper. Imagine brushing your hand across a rosemary plant. The air fills with sharp pine and sweetness, as if the earth is whispering old secrets. How to plant. Rosemary thrives in clay pots. Its roots prefer to stay dry, so mix sand into your soil. Place it in full sun, and water only when the top inch feels dry. Too much water, and rosemary protests. How to use. It flavors roasted vegetables, bread, and even tea. But more than taste, it carries aroma that sharpens the mind. Ancient students wore rosemary sprigs during study. How to preserve. Snip stems, hang them upside down to dry. Once dry, strip the leaves and store. Or infuse them in olive oil to create a golden potion for both cooking and massage. What it heals. Rosemary is the herb of memory. It improves focus, reduces brain fog, and strengthens circulation. A tea made from rosemary leaves can make the afternoon hours sharp again. Herb 3, Mint, the breath of freshness. Mint is the herb of life's small joys. Even in the smallest pot, mint refuses to be small. It grows, spreads, insists. How to plant. Mint is best grown alone, in its own container, because it loves to take over. Use a wide pot, keep the soil moist, and place it in partial sunlight. How to use. Drop leaves into cold water for a refreshing drink. Crush them into sauces. Brew them in teas to awaken the senses. How to preserve. Drying mint can fade its magic, so freezing is best. Chop leaves, freeze them in ice cubes with water or lemon juice. Every cube, a breath of summer. What it heals. Mint cools the body, calms indigestion, and eases headaches. Inhaling its steam clears sinuses and refreshes the mind. Mint is not just flavor, it is medicine hidden in fragrance. Herb 4, Parsley, the humble healer. Often seen as just decoration on a plate, parsley hides its true power in plain sight. How to plant. Parsley grows best in a deep container, because its roots like to stretch. Keep the soil moist and give it morning sun. It grows slowly at first, but once it begins, it keeps giving. How to use. Fresh parsley adds brightness to soups, salads, and juices. Blend it with garlic and oil for a cleansing green paste. How to preserve. Parsley can be dried, but its soul remains strongest when frozen. Chop it finely, store in ice cubes with water, and drop into stews or teas when needed. What it heals. It's not just garnish, it's medicine. Parsley cleanses the kidneys, freshens breath, and strengthens bones with rich vitamin K. A daily handful in your diet is like giving your body a soft broom to sweep away toxins. And now, the herb you've been waiting for. The one most people ignore. Yet it holds the power to change not just your meals, but your health in surprising ways. Herb 5, Lemon Balm, the gentle calmer. At first glance, lemon balm looks like common mint. But crush a leaf, and the world shifts. A citrusy perfume rises, soft and soothing, like sunlight after a storm. How to plant. Lemon balm loves containers. Give it medium soil, partial sunlight, and steady watering. It forgives mistakes, it grows back, generous and forgiving. How to use. Steep the leaves in hot water for a calming tea. Add them fresh to fruit salads. Or place them in your bath for a relaxing soak. How to preserve. Dry lemon balm leaves carefully in the shade. Store them in dark glass jars to protect their oils. Unlike mint, lemon balm keeps much of its aroma when dried. What it heals. Here lies its secret. Lemon balm reduces anxiety, improves sleep, and lowers blood pressure. For anyone whose nights feel restless, or whose heart races with stress, this humble herb is a natural lullaby. 5 herbs. 5 healers. Each one ready to grow in the smallest of spaces, balconies, windowsills, even corners of your kitchen. Basil, the king. Rosemary, the memory keeper. Mint, the breath of freshness. Parsley, the humble healer, and lemon balm, the gentle calmer. So I ask you, what excuse remains? You don't need acres of land. You don't need wealth. You only need a pot, some soil, and the courage to begin. If this journey has opened your eyes. Subscribe now to Touch of Sexagenarian Herbs Garden. Your next healer may be waiting in the very next video.